It followed me home, and it wasn't alone. Bigfoot Encounter, Part 3. I thought it was over when I left my grandma's house. I told myself that whatever I experienced that night, it belonged there, in those woods, on that porch, not with me. But I was wrong. The first night back home, everything felt normal. Too normal. I unpacked my things, tried to distract myself, tried to convince myself it had all just been something I couldn't explain. But something stayed with me, not physically, not something I could see, just a feeling, like I wasn't alone, like something had noticed me. That second evening, just before sunset, I found myself standing by my back window, without really thinking about it, looking out toward the trees behind my house. The light was fading, the same way it had at my grandma's place, that same deep blue, that same quiet. And then it hit me. The silence. The exact same silence. My stomach tightened. I stepped closer to the window. At first, I didn't see anything. Just trees, still, darkening. Then something moved, not far, closer than I expected. A shift in the shadows. And then I saw it. Standing just inside the tree line, watching, the same shape, tall, broad, unmistakable. My heart started pounding, but I didn't move, because I already knew. It had followed me, or maybe it hadn't followed. Maybe it had come back, just like it always did for her. I stepped outside slowly. The air felt different, heavy, still. The figure didn't move at first. It just stood there, watching me the same way it had watched her. And then it stepped forward. One slow step, then another. Closer to the edge of the yard, I felt that same calm again, that same quiet presence. And then something changed. A sound from deeper in the trees. Another movement. I froze. There was more than one. Another shadow shifted behind the first, larger, wider, and then another shape, barely visible between the trees. My breath caught. It wasn't alone. The first one didn't turn, didn't react. It just stood there. But I understood something in that moment. It wasn't a threat. It was showing me, letting me know. It wasn't just one. It had never been just one. The woods weren't empty. They never had been. The figure closest to me took one final step forward, and then stopped. Right at the edge of the yard, close enough that I could feel its presence, close enough that there was no doubt anymore. This was real. It lifted its head slightly, and for a moment, everything went completely still. Then it stepped back, slowly, calmly, returning to the trees. The others moved with it, shadows slipping between shadows, gone almost instantly. The forest swallowed them whole, and just like that, they were gone. But the feeling didn't leave. It never really has. Sometimes just before sunset, I still find myself looking toward the trees, waiting. Not afraid, just aware. Because now I understand what my grandma meant. It wasn't something to fear. It wasn't something to run from. It was something else entirely. Something that sees us. Something that knows. And sometimes, something that stays closer than we realize.